Hey, how's it going? Are you a photographer using smaller flashes or maybe even speed lights and you'd like to upgrade your flash photography using modifiers like this or even this? Well, I have a small piece of kit that's gonna allow you to do that. We're gonna look into it right now. Hey, how's it going? Kyle here, helping you level up your photo, video, and audio. And if you're into any of those things like I am, definitely consider clicking the subscribe button and maybe even the bell icon so you can keep track of everything that I'm up to. So that small piece of kit that I mentioned is actually the Godox S2 bracket, and it is a small, inexpensive, and simple piece of kit that's going to allow you to use all of the speed lights and small flashes that you already own with a whole universe of light modifiers. So if you found this video looking for a way to use your existing speed lights with light modifiers, I'm gonna explain why you need this. If you came here looking for information on the Godox S2 specifically, you can skip ahead probably about a minute. So for those who haven't skipped ahead, there are a huge number of light modifiers out there on the market, and there's a number of different ways to combine them with flashes. One of the most common mounts is called the Bowens mount, and that's what the S2 from Godox allows you to combine your speed lights with. It's frankly just a clamp with the Bowens mount built in, so you can pop your Bowens mount attachments right in there. This particular one also has a umbrella mount built in as well. Whoop, boom. So if you have any light modifiers that use a umbrella rod, you're covered as well. Once you get your favorite flash and modifier on the S2 bracket, it will pop right onto any light stand and you're good to go. So that's why this piece of kit is compelling. You're able to take your speed lights or smaller flashes like the 8200 Pro, mount it in the bracket, go ahead and use some of those interesting light modifiers and not have to upgrade your flashes. And then moving forward, as you do upgrade your flashes, chances are that you're gonna grow into a type of studio strobe that's gonna have a Bowens mount, and you can use those light modifiers that you've already invested in. So now I'm gonna talk about this bracket in particular and why it is interesting among all of those other brackets out on the market. I filmed a small little top-down unboxing. There's really not much to the unboxing, but I get into all the different small details and pieces about this bracket, and we're gonna cut to that right now. All right, let's take a peek at the S2 bracket from Godox. It ships essentially loose in a box. There's not much to it, and that's why I didn't really open the box, but it does come with a manual. Now, there's only around 4 or 5 moving parts on the darn thing. So the manual's there's not much to it, but it does go over a bunch of the different accessories you might want and how to use them. Now, mine shipped from Amazon with this little extra kind of diffuser hood situation that it looks like you would put it on top of a speedlight. I didn't really try. I kind of wish I didn't get it. It basically makes garbage. Anyway, looking at the actual bracket, you can see we got our Bowens mount. You can see we have our release for our Bowens mount here on the back. And you can see essentially this is a clamp for a flash. So if I spin this thing around, you can see we can work that clamp here. Let's raise that bar up. Now you can see that it's flat, but there are some inserts in there. This is in stark contrast to the previous model, which is just made for a rectangular flash head. Now I can pull out these inserts and you can see that we have a round situation exposed. Now, this will actually fit the AD400 Pro, but you also have some other inserts that you can take apart and put in for other configurations for, say, the Godox V1, the AD200, so on and so forth. We'll actually test them out in a second. Now, this joint is an upgrade. It's actually completely free-flowing, and it's all tension. So when you tighten that tension arm, this little insert in here will lock it in place like nothing else. Now, super annoying, when you're spinning this tension arm around, it will hit the side of the bracket, so you have to push on
this little darn button so that you can spin it freely, move it back into place, and tighten it more. And you have to do that maybe once or twice before you can tighten the angle 100%. Why they designed that in there, I have no idea. But once you finally do, this darn thing is super tight. It's not going anywhere. On the bottom, we have a tension screw for mounting it to a baby peg or other kind of light stand. You can actually remove this retaining screw all the way and put it into another hole so that you can work it on kind of like a right angle. You can see here that there's 2 configurations that you can put it on. This is all metal, which is a nice touch in comparison to the old one, which was plastic with like a metal insert or something. Now, aside from it being a Bowens mount bracket, it also does have room for an umbrella rod, so you can also use any type of umbrella rod diffusers. It is just tension, so it does not lock in. That's a small gripe that I have. All right, let's go ahead and tighten in the Godox V860 Mark II, and it holds in place. I'm plenty comfortable putting my flashes in here and not worrying about them falling out. Side note, definitely does leave the body free to articulate if you ever need to have that optical slave facing other flashes. And you just go ahead and slap on whatever Bowens light modifier you have. Next is the AD200. Let's go ahead and tighten this bad boy in here. Once again, plenty tight. I have no qualms about putting this up on a light stand and not worrying about it falling out. All right, now for the V1. Obviously, this is a round head Speedlight. You can see it up against a rectangular Speedlight right here. So we're gonna have to take those inserts out and get into a round head configuration. Let's go ahead and remove this one and put that one in. Now we got that little round configuration. Let's pop that in, tighten it up. See how well the round head fits. And again, it fits great. There's not much to this, but it does add a lot of functionality into your toolkit.
So I hope you enjoy that and it was informative. Like I said, it's a very simple piece of equipment, but it really unlocks a lot of options when you want to start getting frisky with modifying light. So like I'd mentioned, I owned the S bracket, which is the predecessor to the S2 bracket, and there are a couple things that I'm disappointed about in the upgrade. That I just don't know why they made those decisions, but ultimately I do think that this is a very good piece of kit for $25. So that being said, who is this for? The first person I think this is for is someone who is still using a lot of Speedlights and they haven't quite upgraded to studio strobes. However, they want to level up their light modifiers and they don't want to repurchase a bunch of stuff in the future. If you start going into Bowens mount light modifiers, those are gonna stick with you, and as you graduate to other flashes, then you're still gonna be able to use them. That investment won't be lost. The second person I think this is for is somebody who already has all of those light modifiers, already has all the studio strobes, and they just want to start incorporating some accent lights, utilizing the light modifiers they already have, and throwing in some less expensive Speedlights into the overall lighting setup. Now, who is it not for? Well, frankly, anyone who's not using Bowens attachment light modifiers. If that's not what you're using, I'm sure there is a kind of comparable bracket somewhere else and you can pick that up. If you have any questions that I didn't address in this video about the Godox S2, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. And finally, thank you for watching this video. If you thought it was informative and helpful, let me know by clicking that thumbs up button. And if not, you can click the other one. You thought it was stupid, you thought I'm dumb and ugly, that's all well and good. Let me know what I can do to improve in the comment section down below. And until next time, cheers.